Guys, we about to get it in today. Good Saturday morning, guys. Welcome to Exit Strategies Radio. I'm your host, Corwyn J. Millette, broker and owner of Exit Realty, Low Country Group in beautiful North Charleston, South Carolina. Guys, hey, if this is your first time listening to the show, you are in for a treat. Our mission here is very simple. That is to empower our community, the African American community, through financial literacy and real estate education, guys. We are legacy building. So this is your first time listening to the show, guys. Look, if you miss any of the content, any things that we have going on here, what we may say sometimes behind the scenes, guys, you can go over to our social media page, Exit Strategies Radio on Facebook. You also can catch us on YouTube. We post our show. We usually record when we're in studio, which we are doing today. So some of the commentary, some of the things that we kind of kick around behind the scenes, guys, is covered there. So please check it out. But most importantly, please share it, guys. This word, these messages, the tips, tricks, and tools that we sometimes give away here may not be for you. Maybe you got your stuff together. And if you got your stuff together, help somebody else get their stuff in order. How about that? And share this information on over with them. So guys, look here. We got an action-packed show. Guys, we kind of been working on, I guess what we'll say is kind of, matter of fact, I won't kind of say it. I'm going to say it. We've been talking here and there over the past few weeks about our EMPs, guys, our expense management plans, guys. Some of y'all don't like that word budget, so we're going to change it up a little bit and give you some other way to think about it. So hopefully you'll stay with it and actually get it done, guys. I just had a conversation very recently with a young lady out on James Island, and we got into a very, I won't say intense, but a very, we drilled down on it. Just look, you get some things you need to do, guys. So we're going to touch on some of those things today. I want to give a shout out to our faithful listeners, guys, to the McQueen family. You guys rock. You guys pay attention to what we're talking about. Special shout out to our partner, Bert McQueen, BM Construction. Yes, sir. That's our guy there. Please make sure that you. Okay. You want me to start over? Okay. Good Saturday morning, guys. Welcome to Exit Strategies Radio. I'm your host, Corwyn J. Millette, broker and owner of Exit Realty Group in beautiful North Charleston, South Carolina. Guys, hey, your first time listening to the show, you are in for a treat. Our mission here is very simple, guys. That is to empower our community through financial literacy and real estate education, guys. We are legacy building. Guys, hey, look, this content sometimes is for you, sometimes for somebody else that you know. And if it is, let's make sure we pass it on along. Maybe you got your stuff together. Let's help them get their stuff in order too. How about that? So you can share our content. You can go to Facebook, look us up, Exit Strategies Radio. You can go to YouTube, look us up there, Exit Strategies Radio, guys. Share the content, guys. We have opportunity where we record in studio what we're doing. So you guys get the stuff behind the scenes. You get the mishaps. Sometimes you get the extra oomph, the things that we talk about off air that we can't quite get into the show. So please make sure that you check us out there. We are recording today. So shout out, quick wave to you guys who are checking us out and watching us, guys. I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to maybe taking this thing here live when we do it sometime, and we'll see how this thing plays out. But stay tuned. I want to give some quick shout outs, guys. I want to give some shout out to our faithful and loyal listeners. Can't get all of you because I'm amazed at how many of you guys I bump into in the street just in passing or what have you that have been tuning in and listening to our show for some time. So thank you so much for the support. It means a lot. It lets us know, guys, that we're charging up the right hill, so to speak, and in turn that you guys are with us, and we really appreciate it. I want to shout out to the McQueen family, Bert McQueen, BM Construction. That's our guy. He was just on air with us last week. Always love to give a shout out to Pastor and Elder Evans. Look here, Vanderbilt Evans Senior. If I don't get that thing here right, look here, somebody called me last week and was talking about that because he sure enough didn't hear it because I messed him up a little bit, got tongue tied, and look here, he would have fought me in the street. Look here, he would have swung on me. You know him, he would swing on me. But shout out to him and Elder. We love him so much. Great people of God. And look, there's a lot of you guys out there. Shout out to our folks out there in Monkey's Corner that listen to us out there in Cross. For you guys out there on the outskirts of our area, for you guys just passing through, be safe in where you're traveling to, and hopefully you enjoy where you coming from. How about that one right there? So guys, look here, we're gonna have a blast in here today, but look here, we're gonna get straight to a subject matter that we were talking about previously over the past couple of weeks, guys. We were talking about, and we don't like to use that B word, do we?
We don't like to use the budget word.
We don't like to use the word budget word. Now look here, I gotta give an introduction because I have in studio with me my co-host, none other than Corwyn II. I left out the J. He don't like the J too much. He like to put the 2 on it so people know.
It just makes it easy.
It makes it easy. That's
right.
What it is?
That's right.
Okay, that's what you're going with today. So Corwyn II, our co-host in studio today. He's our credit, our budget guy. Look here, he does this thing. He's a student of this. I'm a student of real estate, guys. He's a student of money. I wish I'd have, look here, I guess maybe our part of it rubbed off from me to him. I don't know. But I sure enough want to learn some of the stuff that he already know. So guys, look here, we're going to do a quick recap on some stuff that we've been talking about over the past few weeks. And I know I'm talking fast, guys, so we have a tremendous amount of content. So we want to make sure that we get to it as quickly and most efficiently as possible. But I want you to know, again, you can go back and get it. And if you miss something, call us. Huh? How about that right there?
That's right.
You can call me. Oh, boy, they hate when I do this. 843-364-3095. And Corwyn?
843-312-4134. You can give us a call.
Yes.
Miss anything.
Yes, exactly. Or text us. We don't answer the phone because we don't know you. We might do like y'all do some of them other people sometime and just not answer. How about that one there? I'm joking, but just in case we miss you guys, send us a text. So guys, we were talking a bit over the last few weeks. Guys, we kind of been dropping, other, information in between because we didn't want to bore you with a big succession of this, but we talked about what we have recoined the expense management plan, guys. You guys don't like the word budget because every time y'all got one, y'all don't keep it. Yeah. Every time y'all got one, y'all do not keep it. So look, I'm gonna go through real quickly a quick recap of what we've covered, and then we need to drill down on what we still have yet to go. All right, and guys, we're gonna do our best to get this out in today's show, but if not, we're gonna finish this up next week, guys, for sure. And then from there, we have some other information. We're really excited about some other things that we've been working on. So first and foremost, guys, your expense management plan, you got to know why you want one. That's fair, right?
It's more than fair. Determine your why. Determine the reason that you want to save. Determine the reason you need to save.
Some of y'all want a car. Some of y'all want a house. Hopefully y'all want a house if you ain't got one already. Some of y'all want to buy new furniture, maybe remodel, maybe, you want to plan for a trip, whatever it is. But determine why. That's number one. Next thing is go deep into your current spending habits, where you spend your money at. Does McDonald's make you look like a clown? Yeah. Does Ronald make you look like a clown because you spend so much money over there?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. And I look, no slight, because you got to eat. But look here, go deep into your spending habits, guys, and figure out where you're spending your money at.
We want to, guys, and like we discussed before, we want to go back at least 3 months. 3 months is going to give you a very good idea of how you spend for a year. 3 months is a large sum of the year.
Yeah, that's a quarter.
That's a quarter.
Yeah. We're going to talk. I got something for you guys on that one right there. We're going to talk on that on another show. Guys, use a calendar to catch those irregular expenses. You're going back 3 months, but put these things out in the calendar, okay? Lay them out. Okay, this is how this is going to work. This is how this is going to work. This. Oh, wow, that was a new expense. I didn't see that coming. Those kind of things to make sure you catch the ones that aren't regular, because water, lights, rent or mortgage, whichever one you got, those things come around. Credit card payments, all those things come around. But if you got something that kind of pops up every now and again, maybe it's the school clothes for kids or school supplies, drop that stuff into a calendar so you can catch those irregular expenses that come up. Guys, the next one is add up all your income, right?
All right.
Got to know where that money coming from. So make sure you get all the sources. That's one big thing. Every time I sit down with a consumer to talk about, the ability, readiness, and willingness to purchase a home, we got to start talking about this money. Where this money at? Where it's coming from? Where's your income? How's that money roll in every month? All right,
Guys, I'm gonna drop this in here as well. Know what in adding up all your income, make sure you know. Everybody seems to know what they make, but they don't know what they make. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know what your hourly rate is or what your salary is, but you may not know what you bring home, and you got to know that. That plays a large part, because if you know what you make, you know what you can spend.
Oh yeah, that's profound right there. All right, identify your personal financial goals. Again, we talked about that. Why this ties into that. What are you saving for, guys? Let's make sure you're doing that. Another one is decide how much you're going to save or you need to save. That's going to be based upon obviously what your goal is. You got something else on that, son? Okay, all right. So look here, this is a big one. I just had this conversation, not quite directly related to an EMP, but just in general, guys. You look here, you gotta call them to the altar. Look here, you know how people tell you talking about you look. See, I said talking about. You don't say that too often on air, but you know how people say, "Look here, we gotta have a come to Jesus meeting."
That's right.
Look here, you gotta have a come to Jesus meeting or an altar call with your family and get them on board with this plan, guys. You gotta have a household meeting, get everybody together, and bring them forward. And let's get everybody on the same page, guys, so we can do what it is that we need to do.
Wonderful. Next, guys, we want to put our budget on paper. We want to make sure that we have a clear-cut plan as to what we want to do. Clear cut. So you can't, and we want to write that in pen. Okay.
Want it permanent, huh?
That's right.
Don't want you scratching through nothing.
Exactly.
And erasing.
And if you scratch through it, you're gonna know you scratched through it because you're gonna use a little bit of ink to do that.
And well, look here, and ink is expensive.
That's right.
Yeah, so that goes on your EMP too. You keep messing around with them doggone pens. Yeah, that's what we gonna be doing right there. So, guys, this is what we're gonna pick up today, guys. You gotta decide what kind of budget you're gonna have. Okay. So understand there are different types of budgets, all right? So the first one is a zero-based budget.
That's right. And personally, I believe that the zero-based budget is the best way to budget. Now, guys, zero-based budget means that at the end of the month, every dollar has a place. So at the end of the month, zero is the last number you're left with. So if you want to take each of your expenses, put those down. At the end, it should equal zero. You should have $0.00 left at the end of your month, because every dollar has to have a place. Now, I'm not saying your bills gotta get you to zero, because we want to put a savings in there. We want to. That's what we're using this EMP for. But whatever's left over goes to savings, and you put that there. Every dollar has a place to go.
And that's important. So think about it again. Everything has to be accounted for. Now, another approach is a 50-30-20 budget. All right. So the 50-30-20 budget says it's 50% of your income. So these are percentages, guys. 50% of your income goes towards those necessities that you have in life. So rent or mortgage, if you got it, utilities, car payments, all those things that are necessities per se. That's where 50% of your income goes, paying the bills. All right. 30% of it goes towards what it is that you want. Okay. So that goes to your entertainment, eating out, things of that nature, travel, if you're going to take a vacation or whatever, those things allocate that way. And then 20% is savings. All right. So guys, look here. Let me say this. For those of you faithful in your tithes, guys, look, 10% off the top out. So we're working the 90% that's after the 10% that goes out as the 100%. So let me be clear in that. All you pastors, all you lay people, all the people who are out there who listen to us right now, guys, we're not even including that. That don't belong to us. Right?
That's right.
So
belongs to him.
We're right now saying, okay, This 90% we're going to treat as the 100, and we're going to go forward from there. So guys, look here, we just got the signal for the first break. You're listening to Exit Strategies. We'll be right back. And we are back, guys. Second segment, Exit Strategies Radio Show. I am your host, Corwyn J. Millette, broker owner of Exit Realty, Low Country Group in beautiful North Charleston, South Carolina, guys. Hey, look, we over here today talking about your expense management plan. Yep, that's what we're talking about. And see, our mission here is very simple. That is to empower our community through financial literacy and real estate education. And guys, we're drilling down on that financial literacy piece today. So guys, you can share us on social media, our content. We post video from where we record in studio, Exit Strategy Radio on Facebook, also on YouTube. And guys, hey, they ain't let me loose in the booth alone. I got my co-host here, that is none other than Corwyn Millette II. How you doing there this morning, son?
Doing wonderful on this beautiful Saturday morning.
Doing wonderful. There you go. So guys, look here. We've been kind of drilling down into the expense management plan that you may want to put in place, guys. We're trying to change the thought process, and people have coined and used budget so much that's become negative. People have said, you ask somebody, well, I can't do that. That ain't my budget. Yeah, I know. I just sound like one of y'all out there. Some of y'all actually, y'all quick to tell somebody that ain't in my budget. See, and then it takes on a negative connotation. A budget is meant to help you to achieve, not hinder you from having.
That's right. That's a word.
Whoa. See, yeah, see, he's starting in here, y'all. So just remember that. So your expense management plan, we're just changing the word, guys. This is meant to help you to manage your finances in order so that you can have, not to hinder you. All right. So don't look at it from a hindrance perspective, of not having, guys. That cup half full versus being half empty. Whichever way you look at it, guys, ultimately your perspective is going to dictate where your result is on it. So guys, before the break, we're kind of drilling down into two different types of budget. One, I would recoin and say is percentage based, where you take percentages of your income and allocate them. And another is a zero based. Here's the thing. Understanding how your money flows, when it comes in and how much of it comes in is going to be instrumental in determining which one of these budget plans is going to be best for you. Does that make sense?
It does.
So for example, let me give you this real quick and we're going to get back into the next issue or next item that you guys may want to consider. On a zero base, okay, every month when my check comes in or every week or however, I'm going to take $50, $100 or whatever dollar amount, and that's my savings. You know that without fail because you placed a zero budget in place. All right. On a percentage, now you got to calculate how much that money is.
That's right.
So it's going to take you a little bit more time. It's going to be a little bit more daunting, which means it's going to seem more work than pleasure. Because with a zero base, if when you get to the end of your column, after you've allocated, let's say you got paid this week and I take out $50 for my savings and I take out this for this and this and this, when I get down to the bottom, if I got a couple of hours of overtime, you know what you do? You go back up to your savings and you change that number so you zero the bottom out. Mm-hmm. Make sense, guys? Y'all follow that? So that type of budget is going to help you more so than maybe a different type of budget. So guys, but you have to figure out which budget type is going to be the right thing for you. And, we can tell you 5 reasons why to do zero base, and we can give you equal reasons possibly to do a percentage base. But ultimately, guys, do an expense management plan. All right. So the next one, guys, you got to be able to track it. How are you going to track it? So
that goes back to that pen and paper. We're going to write down, or if you prefer not to write, or if you write like my father, we want to type it.
Hey, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
So, but we want to put that budget to pen to paper or fingers to keyboard, because we want to make sure that we have a noted where this goes, and where this goes. That just makes it makes it easier for you guys. It makes it easy to visualize, and visualization is the first step to realization.
So let me give you a couple of I guess let me say it this way. Let me give you a few options, guys. One, you can do this old school pen and paper. You can, if you are, computer savvy, familiar with, Excel spreadsheets, etc. You can build an Excel spreadsheet, or you can use a service for it. That's your call. But whatever you do, make sure you do something to track it. Pen and paper, keyboard, as Corwyn just said, is huge. Make sure you put one of those two in play. And again, what I've found personally is that ease of use will get used.
That's right.
So if you make it easy, guys, make it easy and set a time to be consistent with it, then you'll stay on track. That's one of the biggest things personally, professionally, that I know, that if you set a time aside to work on it, and most importantly, make it easy to work on, then at that point in time, you will get it done. All right. So with anything that you're doing, anytime you want to, ooh, that's something right there. Anytime, guys, you set yourself up to move ahead, you all know there tends to be an operation set to move you back. All right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. So let's avoid some of those pitfalls, guys. First and foremost, let's be realistic. Let's don't set unrealistic expectations. And what I mean by that is don't set an unrealistic expectation that you're going to take your entire family on vacation to Disney. I said entire family. I ain't talking about the people in your house. I'm talking about your mama, your daddy, your other siblings, and this, here, that, and the third. I'm talking about taking everybody. No. Let's not be unrealistic. Let's be realistic in our approach. Let's set goals that are achievable. That will require work, but can be achieved. Let's make sure we get those set. The next is put your budget based on your gross income. All right? Don't budget that way. Budget on your net. So guys, look, we just got the signal for the next break. Exit Strategies Radio will be right back after the break. So guys, we're going to pick this up a little bit more here. Bring it back. Some of it on here as we move through. Budgeting based upon your net income versus your gross. Your net is what you take home.
That's right. Your net is what you have at the end of the day. What goes into your account or the check you cash is your net income. That's what we want to make our budget based on, because the difference in net and gross. I know some of y'all picked up your checks before and saw that the number at the top and the number at the bottom didn't match. Well, if you budget based on the number at the top, the number at the bottom gonna hurt your feelings in your budget. Okay?
Yeah. Hurt real bad. Like, what happened? I remember when I first started working, and me and my homeboys, we started working, and we got our first paycheck, and one of my homeboys said, "Who is FICA?" Yeah. Who is that? Why they taking my money? And who paying? Why am I paying them? So guys, just understand that. Okay, look, real talk. Just understand that your money that you bring home is not the money that you quote unquote earn. So make sure you allocate your money where possible, appropriately, so that it'll do more for you. Okay, that's just like making gravy at home. Okay, so you got to stretch that stock to get a lot of gravy, huh?
That's
yeah.
Right.
The more water, the more you gonna stretch that gravy. How about that there? Guys, final segment, Exit Strategies Radio Show. I am your host, Corwyn J. Millett, broken owner of Realty Low Country Group in beautiful North Charleston, South Carolina. Guys, we've had an action-packed show. My co-host, Corwyn Millett II, is here with me. We've been hard down today on this expense management plan. And guys, before the break, when we're going in, we're talking about making sure that you base your budget on not your gross income. This is one of those pitfalls, guys. Base it off your net, what you bring home. You know, I was telling the story, and for those of you who's on the break with us may have heard this piece of it, so I apologize. But I'm pretty sure some of you guys remember when you got your first paycheck and you was looking at all the deductions. And I'm pretty sure, because I know one of my homeboys, we was all standing together when we opened our first checks. And he said, "Man, who is FICA?" So remember your surprise when all your money went out the door or went off your check and went somewhere else, you know, paying, you know, taxes and this here, that, there, and the third. So guys, operate from your net, your bring home. All right. Another pitfall, guys, make sure you consider big changes, guys. You know, something that happens as an influx, you know, maybe you sell a car, or unfortunately, hey, maybe you have a large car expense or something. Make sure you keep up with that in order to make sure you don't get a big surprise, all right? Another thing to do, you want to make sure you do is
hold yourself accountable. Guys, we want to put some things in place to make sure that we are doing what we're supposed to be doing. I'm personally a huge fan of the envelope system, and if you've heard of the envelope system, I believe it works. And what the envelope system is you take an envelope, or you get a few, and on each envelope you write what your bills are. So on envelope number 1, you write car payment. On envelope number 2, you write mortgage or rent. And on envelope number 3, cell phone, so on and so forth. And each month, you put that money into the envelope. And what this helps you do is keep track of where you are spending. Now, there's some envelopes you got to pre-fill, and when they're gone, they're gone. So your envelope that has eating out, you pre-fill that envelope, and when the money's gone from it, it's gone.
That mean you don't eat out no more?
That means your eating out for the month is done.
That's it.
Finito.
Okay. So some of y'all, look here. I'm gonna tell you, share with y'all. I just had this conversation recently about you on your way home and how we live out. And this goes back to something we said in the first show covering this subject, your expense management plan, guys. How you're on the way home and you guys operate off of what you see in your bank, what you see when you open the app. So suggestion, recommendation one, either don't do that, or if you have a tendency to do that, the money that you set aside for savings, move out of that bank, put it into another bank. Personally, guys, I use Ally Bank. It's an online bank and it actually gives a decent rate of return. Okay? So please make sure that you look at this as you go forward. So guys, look, we've had an action-packed show. We're not finished. We're going to have to pick this up on next week's show, guys. We got some exciting things going on, but most importantly, we're excited for and about you. This has been Exit Strategies Radio Show, my baby to give back to our community. We love you, and we'll talk to you guys next time. So guys, we have to pick this up on the next show. Yeah. A lot of content because this is serious. Your expense management plan is going to help you to succeed or be a reference, unfortunately, on the other side. As simple as that. So let's make sure that we utilize that. Let's make sure we utilize the tips, tricks, and tools that not only that we've been talking about, guys, but that you hear in other places that will fit you. Not every person is going to be able to sit down and do this in a direct manner that we may give as advice on air, okay? Some of you guys are going to struggle with it. We want to figure out where you're struggling and how we can help you overcome. That's very important. So please make sure, guys, that you set something in motion so that you are successful. That's important. So guys, look, we're going to wrap up today's show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.